Ladies and gentlemen, consistency is not something that comes easy. It's a choice, a discipline, and sometimes a battle with yourself. Every person in this room has dreams, but dreams without discipline will fade away. If you want to achieve greatness, you must learn to force yourself to be consistent, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when no one is watching. When you think about success, it often looks like one big moment, a breakthrough that changes everything. But in reality, it's not about that one moment, it's about the countless small efforts that lead up to it. Every big achievement is built on a foundation of tiny, consistent actions. Reading just one page a day might not feel like it's changing your life. But over the course of a year, that's an entire book. Writing a single paragraph each evening may seem insignificant, but in time it becomes a finished story. Practicing a skill for just 15 minutes daily might look like nothing, but stack up those days and you'll see how much stronger, sharper, and more confident you've become. The truth is, greatness isn't hidden in huge leaps. It's hidden in steady steps that compound over time. The problem is, many people underestimate the power of small efforts. They wait for the big opportunity, the perfect time, or the sudden spark of motivation. But waiting gets you nowhere. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work, even in small doses, day after day. Think about it. Water doesn't cut through rock because of its power, but because of its persistence. The same applies to your life. Small actions repeated consistently have the power to break through barriers you once thought were impossible. So when you feel like your effort isn't enough, remind yourself that every seed planted today becomes a tree tomorrow. Every rep in the gym, every hour of study, every moment of practice, it all counts. Don't discount the little things, because one day they will add up to something far greater than you imagined. Keep taking those steps, no matter how small, and you'll discover just how far consistency can take you. Motivation is a powerful feeling, but it's also unreliable. It comes and goes depending on your mood, your energy, or even the kind of day you're having. Some mornings you wake up excited and ready to work, and other mornings you just don't feel like doing anything at all. If you depend only on motivation, your progress will always be inconsistent, because motivation doesn't last. That's why discipline matters more. Discipline is showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's keeping your promises to yourself on the days when it will be easier to give in and walk away. Think about the people who achieve incredible things. They aren't successful just because they were motivated. They're successful because they kept working when the excitement was gone. They practiced when it was boring. They trained when they were tired. They studied when everyone else was out having fun. Discipline is the force that carries you through the days when your feelings are telling you to quit. It's about making the choice to do what needs to be done, regardless of whether you feel inspired or not. And here's the truth. Every time you practice discipline, it gets easier. The more you push yourself to show up, the more it becomes a habit. At first it feels like a battle with yourself, but eventually it becomes part of who you are. That's the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. Dreamers wait for motivation. Achievers build discipline. Motivation might light the fire, but discipline keeps it burning long enough to reach the finish line. Consistency is not just about reaching goals, it's about who you become along the way. Every time you stick to a commitment, you're proving something important to yourself. You're building a track record of discipline, reliability, and strength. These small victories may not seem like much at first, but they shape your character in ways that last a lifetime. When you tell yourself you're gonna do something and then follow through, you begin to trust yourself. And that self-trust is powerful, because it becomes the foundation for confidence. Think about it. How can you expect to believe in big dreams if you can't rely on yourself to handle the small tasks? Consistency is like training your mind and your spirit. Each time you choose action over excuses, you grow stronger inside. And this strength doesn't just show up in your work or your goals, it spills over into every part of your life. You become the kind of person who others can count on, and more importantly, the kind of person who can count on themselves. It's not about perfection. You don't have to get everything right all the time. What matters is that you keep showing up, even when it's hard. That's what builds resilience. That's what builds identity. Over time, you start to see yourself differently, not as someone who tries, but as someone who finishes. And when you see yourself that way, you move through life with a quiet strength that no setback can shake. Consistency builds more than results. It builds character. And character is what will carry you when talent fades, when motivation weakens, and when challenges feel overwhelming. Stay consistent and you will become someone unshakable.